Welcome back. Acting VA Secretary Sloan Gibson totally lost his cool when pressed about VA employees not being fired, but instead getting bonuses. Watch this.
The fact of the matter is we got 341,000 people, and the vast majority of them work really hard to do the right thing. And that's why we've got veterans that are well served the vast majority of the time. Have we got problems? Yes, we do.
So what sparked that outburst? Well, a question by our next guest. Joining us now, retired U.S. Marine and reporter Thomas Brennan and North Carolina State Director of Concerned Veterans for America, Kathleen Volandt. Thank you both for joining us this morning. So, Kathleen, what exactly set the acting secretary off? What was the question?
There was a very valid, quantifiable question that reporter Thomas Brennan, U.S. Marine, asked Secretary Gibson, and he basically said that bonuses were more important than repurposing bonus money for suicide prevention.
Huh. You noticed that he was emotional in that response. Thomas, were you surprised by his reaction to your question?
I was extremely surprised by his reaction, especially knowing that he's a veteran himself. He should be intimately aware that there is a suicide epidemic facing the veteran community right now, and him standing up for people who have defrauded the government and taken money by falsifying government documents rather than standing up for veterans who are suffering from mental crisis is completely. So yes, I was completely surprised.
So you'd think that he would be emotional on behalf of the veterans the VA is designed to serve. For example, the Fayetteville Medical Center now has an average wait time of 83 days. That seems to me the kind of thing an acting secretary, Kathleen, would be emotional about, not defending the bonuses of his employees.
I was completely stunned by his reaction. It was monumentally wrong on a number of levels. And for him to back VA employees, where nobody is attacking VA employees, we need to fight for veteran care right now. It was outlandish, inappropriate, and unprofessional.
Thomas, I can't tell you, and maybe as a Marine veteran you've had this experience, but the number of veterans I've talked to who describe rude or indifferent service they've received from administrators, not from physicians and nurses, but from administrators at VA facilities. Why shouldn't we be mean to people who are rude to veterans at VA facilities?
I mean, we should go on the offensive when something like this happens, because what happened, my biggest issue is what happens if Mr. Gibson was stopped in the hallway during his visit to Fayetteville and a patient asked him that same question I did. I mean, would he have responded the same way to a veteran in a wheelchair? I mean, I don't believe he knew that I was a veteran myself, but his response should have been, much more professional regardless of the situation.
Well, you're an American and a taxpayer. That's all he needs to know. You're the one, and I'm the one, and Kathleen, you're the one who's funding all of this. And for his loyalty to be to his employees rather than to the public he supposedly serves is really telling, I would say, and an outrage. Kathleen, Thomas, thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate you shining light on this pretty amazing situation.
Thank you.